So,
But go ahead, friend.
why should 5-year-olds be taught about sexual orientation?
5-year-olds are currently already being taught about sexual orientation.
Yeah, but why should they? That doesn't answer my question.
Uh, because it's okay to make descriptive claims about society. 5-year-olds come from different types of families. So when we're talking specifically about 5-year-olds, it tends to just be a conversation about family structures and family types. So there are families where people have a mommy and a daddy. There are families where people have two moms, two dads, single moms, single dads. That's the simple representation that we're talking about.
That still doesn't tell me why we should do it.
Yes, yes, because whether or not it's a school setting or not, these 5-year-olds are already being exposed to different sexual identities, and it is only beneficial for people to understand the things that they're exposed to. So it has actually been proven, according to NYU, that when people are even exposed to even a one-page informational piece of literature, that they are more understanding of queer identities and more open to them, period. So when talking about like 5-year-olds understanding like these different sexual identities, they're already being exposed to it via Disney, Nickelodeon, and these other kids networks that show these relationship dynamics, like Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella, and all these other pieces of entertainment that center around like heterosexual identities and things like that. So people should be able to understand why these identities are there, what they are consuming, and how to take that into account in their development stages. Like, I don't know why why we're against people having more information. We don't
Well,
want
I
kids to
mean,
read.
you're trying to get an ought from an is right now. You're saying people
It's
are
not.
you're saying people are exposed to these things,
You
therefore we
just asked us.
should
You,
teach
you just
them.
asked why. You just asked why. Do you know? Do we not know what why is?
I said why should?
Do you not know what the question that you asked? You asked why ought they learn? So I'm telling you why they should.
The reason, if maybe you didn't understand, yes, but again, it's quite simple. I think learning about these relationships is important because they reflect our real world dynamics, and they help kids in a simple way understand these real world dynamics, understand how relationships on a fundamental social studies in a fundamental social studies context.
Yeah, but why
Just
should
understand how
we
the relationships work.
help children understand how these relationships work?
Because children are part of our society. It's important that we uh, ensure that kids don't grow up with socially maladaptive qualities.
Why does that matter?
Because
What do you want
socially,
about?
because socially maladaptive qualities lead to disparate outcomes and biases.
So what?
I think that's pretty obvious in like the the statement itself.
Yeah, but
Socially
why
maladaptive
why
qualities,
is that bad?
right? That
Also,
okay.
do you know what maladaptive means?
Yeah, it means
Also,
it,
can we
Right.
you're
understand what that means?
exhibiting a pattern of behavior that disaligns with society.
For example, like growing up black, you'd be surprised the amount of people that have never seen a black person. Even in California, like I went to my friend's house, and his younger brother asked me like, where did I get the color of my skin from? He literally asked me, did I go to a color store to put it on? He thought it was cool,
Okay, but
but
why
you
is
can
it bad to be socially maladaptive?
why is it bad to be socially maladaptive?
Yeah. Why is that not a good thing?
Like
Why
like
shouldn't we be socially
the
maladaptive?
prefix mal, I think deriving from Latin meaning bad or negative.
No,
Why is it bad
that's bad relating to how you adapt to society. I'm not saying why is bad. I'm saying why is it bad to be unable to adapt to society?
It's deep. It's bad because it's bad because it hinders your ability to relate to people properly. It hinders your ability to establish relationships. It hinders your ability to be understanding of people when you grow up. So all these things lead to a society where there's just a lot of conflict because again we don't understand each other on very fundamental
Okay,
levels.
why should we avoid conflict?
Oh, sorry. Are we going to be getting an argument from you eventually?
I haven't made any claims.
Well, this is a debate. So will you make one and form an argument based on the claim, or will you just be up here asking questions about words that you don't understand. Which one is that going to be?
Attacking the host's claim that's on the prompt.
But you have an attack. You just asked a bunch of questions. You get to make an actual argument attacking a claim. You don't just attack our claims by asking questions. You can interrogate a claim by asking questions, but that is not attacking a claim. So are you going to be attacking the claim with the argument and substantiating that, or will you be just continuously interrogating the claim?
I'm just asking for justification because you can't get an ought from an is.
Okay, so we're not going to be making any claims or attacking anybody else's. Liam, do you have your source?
I'm just doing cross-examination. That's pretty typical for a debate.
Okay, that typically comes after both arguments are introduced.
Cross-examination requires us also inquiring things from you, but you're not allowing
Right,
space for
that's
that.
what a cross is.
So far, you've just literally just been asking us questions. I feel like I'm in an interview. But Xavier, you were gonna say something?
So basically, with your unwillingness to answer any further questions shows that you have no justification.
I've answered tons of questions, Mason. I'm gonna mute you just real quick. I've answered all your questions so far. I can continue answering your questions, but at some point this gets boring, right? We would also like to ask you questions and understand what you're up here for.
Okay,
but
that's
again, Xavier, go
fair.
ahead.
That's fair, but your unwillingness to answer further questions shows that you have no justification, or you're just unwilling to give it.
Asked like 5 in a row. Pipe down.
So what?
It's called a boundary. It's called a boundary.
What do you want? What do you need answered, bro? What do you need
Either
answered?
you're unwilling to give justification, or you can't.
It was already given.
We've answered
Dude,
all
what-
your
what-
questions.
No, why should we avoid conflict?
It was the answers were already given to you. Are you going to be making an argument, or are we moving on?
Why should
I
we
gave you an
avoid
answer, the host gave you an
conflict?
answer. Xavier has also given you an answer. You got a
Maybe we
multiple
can take
answer.
it.
We're not doing.
Will you be moving
We're
on?
not doing this like. We're not doing this like metaphysical, like Phil Bro, like
It's not metaphysical.
philosophy. Why is bad bad? Why is conflict bad? Or what? Like
That
that's
yes,
not the point of our
exactly.
conversation.
Why is conflict bad?
Address the prompt.
Why is conflict bad, Xavier?
Okay, let's start here. Let's start specific. Do you think that
No, just answer the question. Why is
Hey, can I
conflict
address-
bad?
Can I address the prompt really
Right,
quickly?
I'm trying to. Yes, and I'm gonna give him one more chance, and if he doesn't answer, we'll just move on to you. Do you think that disparate outcomes is bad? Do you think that we should reduce disparate outcomes?
Do you think that you're answering a question with a question?
Mason, we've answered all your questions.
Moving on.
This is getting kind of annoying. If you can't answer Xavier's question, we're just gonna move on. All right. friend?
He can't answer mine. And I asked
I've answered
first.
Your questions
Okay.
literally.
So should,
I've
And I
answered
asked
your questions
first.
literally.
so should I get my age right?
Has already given live birth. She knows what this is going